Will a border poll in the north of Ireland lead to Irish reunification? This is a question that everybody's been asking for the last 4 or 5 years, and hopefully within the next 4 or 5 years that will become a reality. The state of Northern Ireland was brought into existence in 1921, 1922, after the partition of Ireland, when a national war of liberation was only partially successful, and Britain wanted to maintain its colonial imperial presence in Ireland through a colony of pro-British colonists who were brought here in the 16th and 17th century during the plantation. So, what was a minority colonial British occupation in Ireland became a majority colonial occupation in the north of Ireland after partition. So, what we had basically was a one party pro British state where the Indigenous Irish people were treated as second class citizens and treated with discrimination. The demographics have changed over nearly 100 years. The nationalistic Indigenous Republican community is now starting to demographically grow bigger than the colonist remnants of the British presence in Ireland. So, through a democratic plebiscite, it is hoped that there will be a border poll, maybe followed by a referendum, which will ultimately reunify the country. Now, a 50 plus one border poll or referendum is enough for any Democrat to agree to the new dispensation and agree to the new reconciled reality of a reunified Ireland. There may be those among the unionist loyalist community who will refuse to accept this new dispensation, this new reality. But the fact is, as a Democrat, these people will no longer have a veto over Irish unification. They will no longer be able to say that as long as the majority of people here want to remain British, that will be the case because the majority of people will want to have Irish reunification. The type of structures of government, how that reunification rolls out going forward, is a discussion that should take place now between those who are British and want to remain British, but realise that the democratic will of the people has changed, that the demographics of the people have changed, and that this is no longer a reality going forward in the next 10 to 15 years. So I will call on progressive groups within unionism to sit down now with their nationalist Republican counterparts to discuss and agree a way forward together and to use the position of relative strength that they have now to negotiate the best possible outcome for their culture, for their position within the new Ireland, and for their safeguards within hopefully what will become an agreed written constitution. So, guys, the colonisation project is nearly over. Ireland will be reunified. The sin and injustice of partition will end, and I say that together we should move forward. And now is the time to start those discussions.